Am I upset that we lost this game? I'm not mad, and quite frankly, I'm not enraged or upset either because, losing to a Philly team like this, there should be no shame with it. You're 10-3 going into this game. It's the most important game on your schedule, in my honest opinion, without a doubt the hardest game on your schedule. And it kickstarts 3 games in 10 days, and you lose to a very good team. So, I mean, there should be no shame in it, but if you sat down and watched how the game went today for us, it's pretty deflating, to say the least. Let's get on to this recap. What's good, everybody? I'm Mac, back with another video. As always, do me a favor, like, comment, subscribe, follow on Instagram. Link is down in the box below. 27-13. Philly wins it in Philly once again. The Steelers lose in Philadelphia once again. Yeah, that's nothing new to Steeler fans right here. So it's going to be now, at the very least, 61 years without a win in Philadelphia, barring what happens in 2026 with these two teams. So yeah, that's nothing new for Steeler fans. We just can't win in Philly. So the Philly flu is still there, and boy, did the Philly flu infect us this evening. Because we lost the game and we clinched the playoffs, sure, because Denver and Miami both lost today. So, we clinched the playoffs, but that's exactly what I'm worried about going forward now with this game. Because you sat down here and you watched the game and you all saw it, unless you were watching the Bills-Lions game, but you all sat down and saw what happened. The Steelers only had a couple of good plays today, and they only had one good drive on the game. And that came in the second quarter when Russ found Pat Freiermuth in the end zone for a touchdown to make it 17-10. We were down 17-3 at that point. And then Boswell doinked in the extra point. It hit off the top right crossbar and then fell through for the extra point to make it 17-10. Forced a couple of turnovers on Philly too, where TJ, who I'll be getting into in a little bit in this video, he made a really good play, popped the ball out. Beanie Bishop was right there to recover it. And that was on a 3rd and 4 play right there. So at least the defense right there was stepping up big with Larry Ogunjobi being out in this game. But then we did nothing with it. I mean, the Steelers were just completely and utterly shut down on offense most of the first half, but the entire second half. I mean, my goodness. And this is an offense that I kept sitting down here and I kept advocating for. And I was like, I know what this offense is. I know that the offense can definitely break through. And I understand that not having George Pickens in this game, and most likely Saturday night too, it's definitely going to make the offense look worse. I understand that. But how much longer are you going to sit back and harping on that? How much are you going to sit back and harping on the fact that this offense just couldn't get anything going? And we couldn't, and like none of the players were being utilized right. The play calling, really bad again. And then ensuing the drive where the Steelers did nothing with that fumble recovery, we punted, and I'll be mentioning a punt later in this video as well. As Mark Robinson made a hell of a play on that punt as he popped the ball out, and that put us at the goal line with a chance to take the lead. Steelers never led in this game. Gave us a chance to take the lead. Did nothing with it. As a matter of fact, they shot themselves in the foot at the goal line with penalties, 2 penalties on us. And of course, you can always count on Dan Moore to have a holding penalty on him that backed us up to make it to about the 26-yard line, had to settle for a field goal. That took away all the momentum that we had right there. But let's talk about the second half of this game. I mean, my goodness, man. This offense in the second half was just completely shut down on all phases, on all cylinders. I don't even know where to begin. And if you wonder why I'm not too amped up in this video, it's because honestly, I'm just deflated from this game. I really am, and I'll explain why in a little bit. The Steelers only had the ball for a little over 5 minutes in the second half total. 5 minutes on 11 plays. You want to talk about ball control? You want to talk about being dominated on time of possession? I mean, that's it right there. Nothing in the second half. Absolutely jack squat in the second half. Philly was getting points off of turnovers. And Najee Harris, we remember when I said that we could have had, we only had one good drive the whole game. Well, we could have had 2 good drives in this game. But Najee Harris fumbled the ball when we were only down a touchdown. Najee Harris's fumble, just, wow. That took the entire life out of this team after that. And you could feel it. The momentum completely swung the other way. Well, I mean, not that we had any kind of momentum anyway in this game, but any momentum that the Steelers had after that fumble was just lost. Philly cashed in, scored a touchdown. How do you like that, guys? Points off of turnovers. Did the Steelers do that today? No. Well, we got a field goal off of it, but hey, I mean, field goals seem to be the only way that we can score points. So that was awful as well. And then how about in the fourth quarter when you're down 27-13 and you have the ball, you get stopped, sure, because of a bunch of other penalties, a couple of other miscues, and a bunch of other mental mistakes. And it's 4th and 7. Common sense would be like, oh, this Philly team, and the ball is at around midfield. You would think that with an offense like the Eagles, who just pound the ball with Saquon Barkley, Jalen Hurts is carrying the team all night long because Saquon, I'm not going to say that he had a horrible game against the Steelers, but we all know the type of player that Saquon is. I mean, you heard the chants in Philly. I mean, you heard him chanting MVP, MVP, deservingly so. In my opinion, he is the MVP this year. He is. But today, 65 yards for Saquon today on 19 carries. That's easily his worst game of the season. So you'd think with an Eagles team that runs the ball efficiently and that Jalen is carrying them because that's what they're going to go with and the Steelers have no answer for him whatsoever, you would think that they would go for it on 4th and 7. What did I say a couple weeks ago when I said this team doesn't give up, this team doesn't quit? They punted. 4th and 7. They punted. Yeah, just give them the game away. Don't even try to get that first down. It's not like it's 4th and 15 or something like that. Yeah, just punt it away. Punt it away. Give Philly an opportunity to drain out the clock some more and just have them run down the clock and just completely end the game when you can't get anything going on offense through the entire second half. Just punt it away. Just give them the win. Everything that you worked up for in in this season, just give it right to Philly. Oh, we can't win in Philly. Oh, they're too good for us. Let's just punt the damn ball away. The Eagles had the ball for the rest of the game. That's right. 10 plus minutes. The Steelers did not see the ball for 10 plus minutes after that. That was the last time the Steelers touched the ball. I mean, wow. What happened? What happened? What happened to the fight? And I know that this game is not entirely on Mike Tomlin. I know one bad call is not the entire reason that we lost this game. There's several other keys in this game that happened, like we kept committing penalties, we kept having miscues, we kept having mistakes, we couldn't capitalize off of points off of turnovers, we had nothing on offense. You get it. There are a bunch of other, players were out in this game as well. When your best wide receiver is not playing in this game, when your best run stuffer's out for this game, when your best safety's out for this game as well, it's going to be hard to win a game. I understand that. But just blatantly giving up like that. I sat down here and I was like, this team doesn't give up. This team doesn't fight. Well, they just gave up right there. But the reason I'm so deflated right now and the reason that I'm not getting as mad as I probably should be, TJ Watt. He was running off the side. He was being held, but he was running off the side. And on a non-contact play, he injured what looked like his Achilles. Something in that leg popped, something in that leg just did something. It disconnected, it popped, whatever it was. Who knows? But the point is, that looked like an Achilles right there. If that is an Achilles injury and TJ is out for the rest of the season, including the playoffs, I don't know, guys. We can get by with not having Pickens. We can get by with not having Elliott. We can get by with not having Larry Ogunjobi. We can probably get by without Alex Highsmith. And I understand that we have the depth. But no TJ Watt, potentially no TJ Watt for the rest of the season. I mean, I hate to say it, but there goes our season right there. We cannot afford to lose TJ Watt. And this is why I've sat down here in the past and I've said that TJ Watt should honestly be an MVP candidate. The Steelers are completely lifeless without TJ Watt. They give up more points without him. There's no pressure without him. And they are 1-10 when TJ Watt is not on the field for us. We can't lose him, man. We can't lose him. Now, thankfully, he was walking to the locker room a little gingerly, like he was trying to nurse it. So at least he could walk on his own. So I'm praying and I just hope that it's the best case scenario for us. But if I'm being honest with you, that looked like an Achilles to me. And I hate to say it, and I think it is. But I'm not a doctor. I can't tell you what it is on the spot right there. But if you ask me, I'm saying it's an Achilles. It just sucks. It really does suck. Like I said, I mean, there should be no shame in losing to this Eagle team because they're a fantastic team. They're an incredible team. They've won 10 in a row now. They're 12-2. I believe they've wrapped up the NFC East, if I'm not mistaken. I know they're going to be in the playoffs, but they may have just wrapped up the NFC East as well. They either needed that or a Washington win or a Washington loss. And I know Washington won today, but the point is this is an incredible Eagles team. This is a great team they got, and there should be no shame in losing to them. And I do know that, and yes, like I said, I understand we clinched the playoffs despite us losing today, but it just feels so empty knowing that we could probably be without our best player on the team for the rest of the season. And I said that I believe this team can win a playoff game. I believe this team can, you know, at least go to the AFC Championship, maybe even the Super Bowl. I don't know now. I really don't know. It just sucks, man. It really does suck. So the main emotion that I feel with the Steelers right now, it's not anger, it's not rage. I'm not, like I said, I'm not sitting down here and killing them. What I feel right now is just uneasiness, sadness, and just I feel deflated. That's what I feel with them right now. I feel deflated. Not because they lost the game, but about what happened in the game. But we'll see. 27-13, and this loss does not look good for us. It really does not look good. But let me know what you think down in the comments below. Steeler Nation, we have to hope and pray that the best case scenario happens now. That's what we've come down to. But let me know what you think. This is Mac checking on out for the day. Have a good one, everybody.